cats, it's Ed, Winged Horse, Bud here. Today, one of my world famous comparison videos for you. I'm going to be comparing the new Pegasus 39 up against some of the other midsole marvels and cushion contenders. A varied bunch of tryouts today, including the Pegasus 38, the FLOATRIDE Energy 4 from Reebok, one of my absolute favourites, the ADIZERO Adios 6 from Adidas, and not forgetting the Puma Velocity Nitro version 1. Let's get to it. Thanks for tuning in, cats. Always appreciated. If you're yet to do so, hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications. But don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, and also share it with your running buddies. Merci beaucoup. So starting off, the big question, is the Pegasus 39 worth the upgrade over the 38? Absolutely yes. Lower weight and a slightly wider surface area underfoot. It's absolutely softer to the touch as well. The React here is more like that found in the Peg Trail 3 rather than the Pegasus 38. It just proves my theory that not all React implementations are exactly the same. I think they switch the formula up. Quite where the weight difference resides is still a bit of a mystery. I think it's probably several factors. The new mesh material here in the Peg 39 is a little bit lighter, less thick to the touch than the 38. The tongue is a touch less padded, but I'm measuring at least 3mm more midsole stack in the heel of the 39. It's definitely not quite the same. I think they've probably hollowed out a little bit of that midsole material in the 39 though to get that rear airbag in place. One big improvement over the 38 is the rear heel stability. Here we had quite a lot of midsole material carved out around the heel section. That is not the case here in the Pegasus 39. I think they've left that foam there probably to help encapsulate that heel air unit. Back to the ethos of the Pegasus line really. If I had to have one, I'd definitely go for the upgraded Pegasus 39 over the 38. Just a better all-round shoe and it's worth the earth credits in my opinion. I did carve open my pair of Pegasus 38s just to see what the air unit's like. I do think that they have minimised the size of it in the forefoot of the 39. Here you can see the air unit. I did almost manage to remove it without popping it, but alas, at the final stretch it went for a Burton. Next, it's the Energy 4 from Reebok. A mighty battle is about to ensue. That could have worked. Sort of. Very little in it weight-wise between the Energy 4 and the Pegasus 39. I think the Reebok's got a slight advantage there, but we're talking grams, guys. Grams. It does come up slightly wider than the Pegasus 39 in the heel area of the shoe. A little bit more surface area there for a little more stability. Please note that the Energy 4 does run a touch long. I'd suggest it's just about true to size. Probably no need to half size down here in the Energy 4. I think you'd end up with a shoe that's a little too snug. The Pegasus 39 does have a little bit of extra midsole stack here over the Energy 4. It's marginal though, we're talking a few millimeters. I think they're probably about as close as they've been actually, these two models. I would imagine over time that the air units within the Peg 39 will perhaps make it a more resilient shoe. You're not just relying on the foam here to provide some of the cushion. Things start to compress over the mile, and certainly I think the Peg 39's got a little bit of an advantage over the Energy 4 in that respect. Very little in it price wise between these two. I think if you're looking for longevity, then the Pegasus is the way to go. It's just got a little bit more performance wise over the Energy 4. Slightly more refined shoe, I think. I think if value is your game and you're after something that you can rock on the roads and also to the pub, the Energy 4 perhaps has the more casual appearance chops. And it looks smashing, I think, in this sort of sail colourway. Not quite the refined model that Nike have in the Pegasus. Well, that one's been going for years, hasn't it? But the Energy 4 is certainly making a good name for itself. It took me about 5 seconds to find a promo code to get them at half the price of the Nike shoe. £56 for this shoe is an absolute steal. And it's certainly more than half of the Pegasus 39 in terms of value. You know what to do, people. Next up is the Goodbye 6 from Adidas. Imagine if they had actually called it the Goodbye 6. I wonder where that comes from. Perhaps you're sort of saying goodbye to people that you're passing in a race. The Adios 6 does have a bit of a weight advantage over the Pegasus 39. This one clocks in about 285 grams for a UK size 11.5. It's probably about 0.9 of an ounce or something, so that could be make or break for some people. It's fairly apparent actually on foot and in hand. I think that makes the Adios 6 a shoe that you could actually race in. I know some local people do utilise this one for some 5 or 10k events. And you've got the Adidas more up-to-date foam here and that Light Strike Pro in the forefoot to midfoot section. There's a little bit less stack here in the Adidas shoe, a little bit more responsive underfoot when you pick up the pace. I will warn you though, this is a much narrower shoe than the Nike offering, and it comes up short as well. Even in my UK size 11.5 here, these come up at 29 centimeters, whereas the Nike in a UK 11 comes up at 29.3. So some people might want to go up a whole size actually to get a more true to size fit. For some reason it just works for me in the UK 11.5. The heel surface area in the Adidas shoe is a clear centimetre narrower. It does feel overall a little bit lighter on the top of the foot than the Pegasus 39. Got almost see-through mesh material there, so that's probably where it has the advantage in weight over the Nike. Still my king of the do-it-all daily shoes, this one. And you can often find the Adios 6 cheaper than retail, sometimes around about £85. That makes it a real steal. And you have killer aesthetic beauty. What a wonderful shoe. Perhaps this one will go down as being a classic like the Gazelle or the Samba in the future. If I could only have one on the desert island, it would have to be the Adios 6 over the Peg 39 this time, guys. Last up is the Velocity Nitro from Puma. Now, the Puma does run long, guys. I make this one about 30 centimeters in my UK size 11. So that's about 7 millimeters more than the Nike Pegasus 39 in the same size. And a whole centimeter longer than the Adios 6. And this is a half size smaller. So how does that work? So perhaps size down a half if you're going to go for the Velocity Nitro. Otherwise, stock up on some bigger, thicker socks. Very similar heel and forefoot stacks between the Velocity Nitro and the Pegasus 39. The Puma doesn't quite have the same lockdown though over the top of the foot as the 39. I felt really locked into that shoe, a little bit like I was riding in some sort of race car. I had to fiddle around a little bit with the lacing here to get the lockdown just right in the Velocity Nitro. Those laces are just a little bit too stretchy for my liking. I think the profile of the Pegasus 39 is a little bit more sculpted as well over the Velocity Nitro. I think the Pegasus has got a little bit more oomph, a bit more va-va-voom and propulsion from those air units in the forefoot. Again, here's the size of that bag in the Pegasus 38. I do think that it's probably a little bit smaller in the 39. It does certainly look that way from some of the marketing material that Nike put out recently on the shoe's launch. The Puma can be picked up for well under £100 these days, plus the fact you've got the new Puma Velocity Nitro 2. I do have a pair of those. I have yet to get out in them. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll settle down. So performance and versatility wise, I would still pick the Peg 39 over this one. If there was room for only one pair of shoes in the suitcase, it would have to be the 39. Right, that's all the comparisons for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I did making it. What say you, my valued viewers? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one down in the comments. Today's musical interlude sees me digging back further into the past. Such great music that seems to have been forgotten. I've been listening to Hey Music Lover by S Express. Remember those guys? Did meet Mark Moore once. Very nice chap. I love Hey Music Lover. I think I had the 7-inch and a 12-inch version of it when it first came out. Fantastic TB303 sort of acid style synth line on the top. Very squelchy. Almost as squelchy as a bog. A very high energy dance tune, this one. Relentless rhythms. Fantastic vocals as well that they've sort of layered up on one another. Really does create this very euphoric feeling. Probably ideal stuff to listen to while you're out on your run. Superfly guy, clearly made from the same ingredients as well. Fantastic samples, really intricate drum programming. The reason I liked S Express was because some of their percussion sounds, some of the drums, sounded like they'd sampled them from stuff they found around their house. I'm convinced that the hi-hat sound within Theme from S Express is actually a hairspray can. Go and check these tracks out, guys. Classic stuff from S Express. You tuning in is much appreciated, guys. Remember to hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications. Give this video a thumbs up, like, and also share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you